Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Sorry I've been MIA. Some crazy man hit my car and tried to take me out the game. But anyways, let's jump right into it. So starting off, of course, I'm taking my medium grit cuticle bit and I'm going all around that cuticle area. I'm going to do it in one direction first, and then once I'm done with that, I'm going to put my drill in the reverse position and do it in the opposite direction, making sure to remove any of that cuticle or any of that dead skin that would be on the nail plate. For me, I feel like this step is really important because, one, I use a hand file to etch the area and prep it, so I feel like this just gets in the nooks and crannies, and also it helps tremendously with removing that cuticle from the nail plate so I can see exactly what I need to see when I'm nipping. Y'all, how we feeling about this song? Y'all know I'm still kind of new to this. Like, I liked it, but it's also kind of giving Old McDonald. I think it was just the violin that I liked. I don't know. Either way, so boom, now that we've got the cuticle areas prepped, I'm going to go in with my nipper, and as I said before, that cuticle bit helped tremendously with removing any of that skin from the cuticle plate, or from the nail plate, so that I can see exactly what I need to remove. Alright, so now I'm going to take my 8080 grit file and I'm just going to etch the nail plate completely, making sure to remove all of the shine from the natural nail, and we just want to rough it up just a little bit so that the acrylic has something to adhere to. You want to make sure you're being really gentle in this step. I always say some people like to use their e-files with their zebra bits and some people like to hand file. Me personally, I just like to hand file because I can control how much of the natural nail I'm taking off versus the e-file. I feel like it's just a little bit more difficult and probably for more advanced text. So it's up to you, whatever you want to do, but like for me personally, I just use a hand file. Alright, for tips, these are not my usual Easy Basket tips or Art Box tips, whatever it's called. These are actually a sample of some tips that I was trying out for my own brand. They've kind of grown on me over the months, but I'm still not 100% sold on them, so I won't be telling you guys what these are. But when I do have my own tips, I will definitely let you guys in on where to get them and all of that jazz. Alright, so now that we have all of our tips placed, I'm just going to go in with my straight nail file and cut them to her desired length. Somebody leave me in the comments and let me know how you guys cut your tips. As I said before, I do kind of want to try the nail cutter with the magnets on it. I feel like that'll be easier to like get all the same length, but I didn't really like how they operate. Like, I don't like putting the little tip like through the little crescent moon part. I just feel like this is easier, but definitely let me know in the comments what you guys use to cut your tips, or how you cut your tips and how you measure them, because I'm definitely curious and I love trying new things. So since these tips are pre-shaped, I'm not going to be filing the sides at all until I lay the acrylic, so I am just going to go in and file the free edge and make sure that's straight. I always like to make sure my tip looks exactly how I want it to be before I even place my acrylic on it. And I know you guys have probably already noticed my nails, okay, period, with the red bottoms. I actually did make a video of me doing these on myself, and I've been sitting on that video for about 3 weeks just because, like, for when I was doing the French part, like the black French tip, I was actually out of frame, and it just kind of blew me a little bit. But if you guys still want me to upload the video, I definitely will. Whole time I still probably will, just because, like, I don't have any videos of me doing my own nails up here, and I'm just post it and the next one will be better, so I'm not tripping. But definitely let me know if you guys wanted to see how I do the red bottoms. I love doing red bottoms so much. But yeah, so now I'm just going to take that same 88 grit file and just blend that tip into the natural nail. Also, another update, if anybody wanted to know what happened with the whole stalker situation, I did block him, and I hadn't heard anything until like maybe like 2-3 days ago. He made a new number and he started sending me nude videos, but I haven't gotten anything sent up to my job recently. So yeah, that's pretty much all the update I have to give. But I did get some things for self-defense, so I feel a little bit better. Ladies, just be safe out here, because people gonna try to hit your car, they're gonna try to take you out the game, they're gonna try to stalk you and do all this stuff. If you ever had a friend and that friend always had a story to tell, or like something's always happening to them, y'all, I'm that friend. I always have a story for my clients or for my friends, and they just be like, why does everything happen to you? And you know what? I'm wondering the same exact thing. But you know what? We're gonna ride it out. So yeah, I'm taking this No Live Nails primer, and I'm just gonna put the first layer of primer on all of her fingers. And since Halloween is over, we are going to do this really nice fall set. I actually really loved this set. So this first color I'm going to be using, it's Bear Me by Valentino Beauty Pure. I really, really like this color. It's like a soft, like whitish with like a pinkish, I don't know. I was going to say with like a pink undertone, but like low-key, I don't think so. It does kind of like have like a purplish, pinkish, like really, really, really light undertone, but it's pretty much like a soft touch or like a milky white. So that's what we're starting with, and then each finger is gonna progressively get a little bit more darker and go deeper into the browns. So this next color, this is actually a Glam and Glitz color. I do like this color, and I have used it. I've used it a handful of times, definitely, but I don't think it was right for this set just because of the texture. I know you guys probably hear a lot of things about Glam and Glitz. I don't hate Glam and Glitz for everything, just because like when I'm using the fun colors, I really like them. Like sometimes they marble, but like it kind of just adds to the effect. With this, like I just really needed something like silky and buttery, and that color did not give that. But that is NCA 408 by Glam and Glitz. For this next color, we are going back to Valentino. Actually, let me pull this up right now on my phone. That is a Valentino Beauty Pure Victoria's Collection number 8. So that was kind of like a deeper, like brownish, burgundy-ish kind of. And it had sparkles in it, so I thought it was super cute. Now this one had a much better texture, and I really liked the color and everything. The only thing I will say is it did dry a little bit faster than the other colors that I was using. This next color is another Valentino color as well. This is their number 150. I do use a lot of Valentino just because I did buy the entire collection about 3 years ago, and it hasn't depleted at all other than like my nudes. So I will be using these until they all run out, period, because nobody likes colored acrylic anymore, and that just doesn't make sense to me. Everybody wants to do nail polish, but it's okay. Period. We love all types of nail designs and everything. So yeah, but I do really like this color. It's such like a caramely, like milk chocolate, like I don't know. I like it though. And then the last color is, what color is this? This is also Valentino, and this is number 144, and this is like a deeper, I want to say chocolate, but I would say like a dark chocolate kind of, and then it also has sparkles in it, so I really like this color. So now it is time to go in and start our ombre. Usually when I do any other colored ombre except for like white or like a really light color, I'll always go in and place my like tip color first, and then I'll go back in and start my ombre. This is Perfect Nude by Valentino, of course, because yeah, I love that. So yeah, I'm gonna go in and put Perfect Nude on all of these and ombre it out, and then I'm gonna cap my ombre with clear so that it doesn't start messing up when I start drilling. The whole reason I do the like laying of the colors first and then go in with my nude is because one, my monomer gets dirty, and I just feel like it'll be some colors are just easier to blend when they're dry. Like it's not easy to blend when it's wet, especially those dark colors, because they run into your nude and make it look all muddy, and that's just not the look we're going for. Once I have all of my acrylic laid, I'm going in with my 100 grit file, and this is just going to make my shape crisp again. So of course I'm using my file at a 90-degree angle on the sides. I make sure to keep my file straight up so that I'm not messing with my shape at all. Now I'm going to take my drill and I'm going to start around that cuticle area, making sure to seal that really good. We don't want any greenies or any lifting or anything like that. And then I'm just going to go back and forth down the whole nail and make sure that everything is super smooth. I'm going to make sure I'm looking at it from all directions and making sure that everything looks good. And now it's time to buff. So I'm just going to take my purple buffer on the smoothest side and make sure to smooth that out really good. And then I'm going to send her to wash her hands before we start design. Okay, so now let's get into this design, you guys. Basically what I'm doing is I'm taking the same color that I ombre'd on all of these nails, and I'm just going to make kind of like some leaves. Basically the way I'm doing this is the same way I do my flowers. I'm just not like having a center or like really connecting them in any kind of way, so they kind of just look like falling leaves. So that's kind of the vibe we're going for. So of course I'm going to be using Bear Me again, and then that NCA 408, and then that Victoria's Collection number 8 by Valentino, as well as number 150 and 144. Yeah, why I call myself trying to make some little lines with my little cuticle pusher, and I did not like that, so that was just a waste of time. Don't do it unless you can make it look good, but I didn't like it. And then continuing on down, this is the NCA 408 by Glitz and Glam, and this is when I really started struggling with this color because that texture trying to make my leaves just was not working. It's a very chalky, like powdery texture. It's not buttery like the Valentinos at all. So like if you were marbling with this or just doing like a different design, like I said, I didn't really have too many issues with the ombre. I feel like it came out really nice, but the biggest issue I had was making these leaves because the texture was just not working with me. So once I had all my leaves placed, I wasn't entirely sure. I felt like I wanted matte, like that was the design I had in my head when I started this. But you know how sometimes like you can just see something and it'll change your mind. So I started doing the top coat, and I could have done the top coat first and then put the leaves over it, but I didn't want to do it this way. I wanted to try it this way, and I'm actually glad that I did do it this way, just because once I put the matte over it, everything just looked like very cohesive. Like it just all looks like one piece, like kind of like frozen, and I really liked how it came out. But I always, when I'm doing a matte nail, I always start with using the gloss top coat anyway, just to like smooth out everything, and then do the matte on top of it, and I feel like it gives it a really seamless look. Alright, so then once we cured that top coat for 60 seconds, now I'm taking that matte top coat and I'm being really thorough with this, making sure I don't miss any spots, because if you miss any spots on a matte nail and you have that shiny peeking through, it's not a good look. So just make sure that everything is very cohesive, as I said. So then once she came out of the light, I just went ahead and used my homemade peppermint lavender cuticle oil just to make her look real nice for pictures and moisturize those cuticles real quick. And yeah guys, this is pretty much the end of the video. I actually really love these. This is like my favorite fall set that I've done in a while, just because like I said, people don't really get too much colored acrylic nowadays. Like everybody just wants to do like different nail art, which is fine, but I like acrylic art and I absolutely love how these came out. But thanks so much for watching. Make sure you guys go follow me on the gram if you haven't already at CHAWNYS.TOUCH. And yeah, bye.